What's
tomorrow
up?
is the day.
Good day or bad day?
It's a day. Well, it depends on what you do.
Okay.
In certain
Oh,
industries, it can be a very good day.
yep.
Actually, in that same industry, it can be a very, very, very bad day.
Very profitable day. Yeah. Monday is Saint Patty's Day,
Yes.
so most of the bars are going to be doing their weekend festivities, the kegs and eggs and
Yeah.
whatnot. Um, I worked in an Irish pub on St. Patty's Day one time.
Never worked at an Irish pub on St. Patty's Day, but I've worked a lot of it's St. Patty's Day, so we're
Yeah.
opening at 7 a.m.
Yep. Exactly. And the pub that I'm talking about that I worked
Oh,
at
the Irish pub.
the Irish pub.
The one.
They It was weird to show up there first thing in the morning. I did a triple shift. Went open to close, and first thing in the morning, walk in, and there is a bright ass light and a news camera, and I just remember going, "I hope you're not fucking live." She goes, "We're not, luckily." I went, all right, okay, because like we're all still getting shit together, and then all of a sudden they bring in these young girls who were like, those crazy beauty pageant moms.
Yeah.
Picture a bunch of those, but it's Irish step dancing daughters, and they brought them out to the bar at 6 a.m. to do Irish step dancing as people came in for kegs and
No.
eggs.
No.
And all I can
No.
tell you is that room is completely wood, and just the clogs or the tap shoes or the
probably sounded
whatever.
like a
It was,
satanic ritual.
oh my God, it was so, oh man, it was intense. It was intense. But anyway,
But yeah,
hi, I'm Brendan.
I'm Mike. This is Two Dudes Wearing Heads. Thank you for tuning in. Go to 2dwh.com if you don't know where to watch the thing you're watching
Yeah.
already.
Exactly.
Follow us at Two Dudes Wearing Hats on Instagram. Follow me at that dude named Mike. Follow him at that dude named Brendan. What are you drinking, dude?
What am I drinking? Are we going to start with beer or are we going to start with liquor tonight? I'm getting over being sick, so I'm kind of trying to figure out how to get into this. In case you hear it in my voice, I was sick for a few days. Yeah. I get sick like twice a year when the temperature changes. Like when there's a major temperature change, how all of a sudden it's really nice now? Yeah. Something in my body goes, fuck you, you're down for a couple days, bro. Like,
sometime in the next week or so, I'll probably have the same thing happen. There'll be about 3 days where I'll go down.
Dealing with drainage and things like that. Yeah. We won't go into too many details, but
it'll happen again in the fall.
Yeah. Let's start with what? You want to do our beer? Or what are you drinking?
I'm going to go ahead and jump on some of this whiskey. I'm going to actually pull out the Members Mark, not Maker's Mark. Members Mark. This is bourbon from Sam's Club, which is made by
I will pull out the Maker's Mark. This isn't Members Mark. This is Maker's Mark.
He's got the real deal. I've got the fake one. I got the Timu.
Well, they're both good, I'm sure.
I mean, this is just rebottled $17.92.
I will never forget, as a kid, one of my favorite movies was Muppets Take Manhattan.
I'll never forget drinking bourbon as a kid.
Muppets Take Manhattan.
Muppets Take Manhattan. See, I was never a Muppet movie kid.
The old guy in there. Oh, the great Muppet Caper.
I was a Muppet Babies kid. I watched a lot of Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies was great.
Muppet Babies was fantastic.
That was a great time for those TV shows. Muppet Babies, Garfield and Friends. What was the farm from Garfield and Friends?
Acres, something Acres.
Someone will pop it in the chat here in a second, I'm sure. I'm going to go ahead and throw down some Makers, which rhymes with acres.
Not Green Acres. Green Acres was
an older black
was an actual TV show.
I remember it was on Nick at Night because they had Green Acres is the place to be. Click, click.
We have the internet. Hold on.
We have the what?
Acres show.
Das Internet. Okay.
Acres cartoon.
Yeah.
U.S. Acres.
U.S. Acres.
Let me make sure
what we forgot.
Yes. U.S. Acres with these characters. Hold on. Adjust.
That. There it is. I remember the egg that had the feet.
Adjacent to Garfield.
Yes.
Yes, the egg had feet. There was the main character. There was like sheep. There was a duck who wore a like life preserver.
Yeah.
Was scared of the water.
So yeah, are you doing anything for the old Patty's Day?
Avoiding every single piece of it. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I remember multiple. I've got some random stories from there. I'm trying to think of my other stories, the things that stand out from like my Patty's experience at different bars. People ordering, people not realizing that at the Irish bar, some of the people don't take real kindly to the Irish car bombs being called out and stuff like that. The fact that people would get mad at you because you didn't have a shot glass to drop into a glass to do the proper drop instead of just pour it, do your we try to find ways in the bar business to make things efficient, make things work good. One of the
last thing you want to do is fish a shot glass out of a pint glass when you're busy,
or chip a glass into another glass that someone's about to drink.
Yes.
I remember falling over that day because a barback who was new put a case of beer down on the ground and then walked away from it, and I took 2 steps backwards and went straight over it onto my ass. I was working the lower bar at the time because we would kind of rotate through. It reminded me of being on a lifeguard shift. When I was a lifeguard, that was one of my first jobs. You would rotate 15 minutes this chair, then the next chair, break. We would be on this bar, then this bar, then this bar, take a break. Do 20 there, do 30 there, and then the whole building split all the tips at the end of the night.
Day. You figure it would just be but also I think on that day everyone probably did very good, even with an all-day split.
I that was when I moved into a new generation of console gaming. I remember that I paid my rent and I got a new console and I took a week off.
There you go.
Yeah, it was quite profitable, but it was definitely one of the longest, most stressful it was fun. There was a lot of fun to it, but people's stupidity is what ruins St. Patty's Day.
I've always been in the situations where I've been super early, and I've never done an all day, but I've usually been done with St. Patty's Day bartending shift at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, because I'm the guy going in at 7.
Yeah, when the people start rallying and coming back for the second round, or you're dealing with the ones that are already drunk, that's the time when you want to be out.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's so he's back. Thank God. Let me tell you. Good to see you.
The closest I think though to that would probably have been working a SantaCon. Working a SantaCon in downtown Cincinnati.
I can't believe how big of a thing that is.
It's insane how much Cincinnati is in the SantaCon. Yeah, I don't understand why it took on so much here and people love to do it, but SantaCon is huge here.
It is very odd. It's just Santa Claus is everywhere.
As far as just the most debaucherous, the shittiest humans on the planet go out and buy a Santa Claus costume and then decide that today's the day I'm going to go to every bar.
I bet today's the day I can use all those lines from Bad Santa.
You ever had to grab a dude in a Santa costume by his pants, which is just one because he's a onesie, and drag him out because he's like an 80-pound Santa Claus?
No, I've done a lot in the bar business, but one of the things I've never done is grab a man by his onesie.
I've had to grab a man by his onesie. I've had to take St. Patty's Day is usually when you end up having to kick a lot of people out or just deny a lot of people. The big thing too, working on St. Patty's Day, there's a lot of people. Once about 11 o'clock hits, there's a good chance that person walking in the door could be shit-faced already because they were up rocking kegs and eggs at 8 a.m., eating and drinking, and now it's 11, and they're just 3 beers or 3 hours of drinking in. They're ready to rot. They're done. You can't serve them.
Before I really worked it as a bartender, I did enjoy it as a wannabe kid from Ireland, and man, did we throw down some. And I remember usually about noon to 3 is when you would take that nap, and that's about the time to calm down, go get some other food, maybe take a nap, then you feel the rally come on.
I'd usually get some food at the place that I worked. There was one time I remember
that was one of the best benefits.
place.
That was one of the best benefits about working in a place with food. And
a bar with food when you get off work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember one time though, a taco place. It was the first year this taco place was open, and we did brunch tacos, which they made a waffle, and then they put eggs, sausage, chicken, cheese, and like salsa. But then she put strawberries in it.
Interesting.
Trying to make it like breakfasty. So it was interesting, but most people were like, just leave the strawberries off. Like, I don't want the strawberries on, because other than that, it was just a bunch of good breakfast food wrapped up in a in a waffle. Okay.
Yeah, you're mixing your fruit waffle with your savory breakfast a little bit too much. Just have the fruit on the side. Do a
strawberry by itself is a very weird piece of fruit. Like
it's my favorite.
A good strawberry is amazing, but there's a lot more mediocre strawberries that aren't ripe enough and are kind of just meh.
Well, yeah,
a little bit.
Right now, I've got these things on top of my fridge. They are freeze dried. They're so good.
Freeze-dried strawberries.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
the whole ones.
I can get down.
They remind me of like when you get the cereal with the strawberries in it.
Yeah.
No, I'd say strawberries, kiwi, mango. Those are kind of like my favorite fruits. There's really a fruit I don't like.
I love pineapple.
I love tropical fruits. Pineapple, mango. Yeah.
Mango is interesting. I do a lot of barbecuing with mango juice. Barbecue season has began. I have.
Oh yeah. The weather is
first official grilling. Oh, we had great weather yesterday. Great weather today. I got my first grilling of the season in yesterday.
Did you?
I didn't use it, but talking about mango juice is really, I like to pour mango juice in a pork butt when it steams. You got to cook a pork butt, a pork shoulder. Grow up.
You said pour it in the butt.
You just gotta.
I can't take it. I'm a child. Don't say pour it in the butt.
You just gotta pour it on the pork butt.
Yeah, you did not use the word on, buddy. You did not use the word on. When you take this back and analyze this later, yeah.
So you pour it over the pork butt in the pan,
the butt,
and you use that's part of your like steaming liquid. Man, that's some good pork when you do it that way. But we got our first grill of the season in. Here's what we do. My wife will take a big batch of chicken thighs, put them in a bag or a bowl, marinate them. And what we marinate them with is we get a whole jar of pickled jalapenos.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to play background music or like sound effects or something like that.
No, just making sure that I turn my volume off because I just got a notification that we're live. How immature am I still with this? Amateur.
So we'll take the chicken thighs. We'll marinate them in just a big jar of pickled jalapenos, but specifically it's the La Costena brand, where it's a whole jalapeno marinated in pickle juice, and then it's got some carrots and some onions in there. You just take the whole jar and dump it in the bowl or the bag with the chicken thighs and just marinate the chicken in the pickled jalapenos.
See, I need to do more grilling. Now that I've moved to a place that allows a grill, well, I mean, of course it allows a grill. It's a house. Like, some apartments, you just can't, like, that was one of the things.
They wouldn't let you.
Got a great balcony and everything. And that's one of the big no-nos is no grills at the apartment complex.
Well, so, once we take this chicken, right, and we marinate this stuff, then we take it out. So it's been marinating in that pickled jalapeno juice. Put it on the grill, start grilling it up, but then start brushing it with essentially buffalo sauce. We melt hot sauce and butter together. Ooh. Brush it, flip. Well, and then you season it with this fajita barbecue seasoning. So it's like a Tex-Mex barbecue seasoning, and then you put that on the grill it, and then you're brushing it with that buffalo sauce. Once that gets done, melt pepper jack cheese on it, and you have the best chicken sandwich you will ever have.
Over the last year, that has kind of become my favorite cheese for everything. I will buy a block of pepper jack and hand shred it for any of my needs, like tacos and stuff like that, and an omelet. Give me pepper jack.
Oh, omelet and a pepper jack and an omelet is fantastic.
Give me a pepper jack and Swiss burger, or pepper jack Swiss and mushroom burger. I don't know. I love me some pepper jack.
No, we got the spicy chicken thigh with pepper jack on a bun with just a little bit of mayonnaise.
Wow.
This is the best chicken sandwich you will ever have. I'm going to make you this chicken sandwich sometime soon.
Oh, please do.
There's also a version we do.
What are we doing for WrestleMania? We
might have to do chicken thighs. But we did that, and then tonight we just did like sausage, just grilled sausage. But I love being able to put the grill out, fire up the grill, and just crack a beer and go cook outside.
Are you propane?
I use a smoker, so it's a pellet grill. So it's electric,
nice.
But it feeds wood pellets into a fire.
Nice.
So yeah, it uses fire for the cooking medium.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, the weather has been absolutely beautiful.
Wonderful. We got up in the 75 today.
Yeah, I think it was even a little higher than that. I think I saw 77, but I'm not gonna split hairs over little numbers like that. But it's so nice now, especially as someone who works outside, to know that summer is coming again. And I can have my kayak out in the future, things like that.
There you go. You'll be kayaking, I'll be grilling.
There you go. You grill on the shore for me.
Grilling and smoking cigars. I'll be grilling in my backyard. That's where it all happens. That's
where all the magic happens.
That's where the magic happens, baby.
The magic happens. What was your spice rub of choice? Or did you have a seasoning of choice that you went to?
The chicken thighs, I used a Meat Church fajita.
That's one that you always talk about is Meat Church.
But that way I used the fajita for the chicken thighs. The big one I'll use a lot is their Holy Cow, which is a good like pepper forward classic Texas barbecue rub.
Oh, nice.
There's also another company, Hardcore Carnivore. I really like.
Carnivore.
They make a lot of good stuff. They make this
good name
steak seasoning that I love to not smoke grill it, like smoke it for a long amount of time, but just to grill a steak. It's called Black. It's a seasoning, but it's got like charcoal and like dust in it, so like it looks black on the outside of the steak. So it gives it this interesting crust and texture on it.
That sounds good.
It comes out fantastic. It's got like
my favorite part,
herb kind of flavor.
The crust on the outside, because that's why I'm like I have a lot of cooking mediums, but I use my cast iron pan for 99% of everything that I do. And just because of that crust that you can get on things like that. Bob's enjoying the weather. He's been doing some disc golf, it looks like. Bob in the chat there.
There you go.
Do you ever do disc golf, Mike?
I've played disc golf a few times in life. Disc golf was a thing in high school when I went to church and was like a church teen club kid. That was one of the activities they would constantly go and do because it was safe, it was neutral, like it wasn't super physical activity, but
Discs
it was
for
like
Jesus.
we're getting outside, so like let's go disc golfing. Like that was a big thing that would happen. So I've been disc golfing a good amount of times in my life. I think I'm okay at it.
I never expected you to be somebody who was out there disc golfing while focusing on the word.
Well, I spent a good amount of time growing up in a Southern Baptist church. At about 10 years old, my neighbors started taking me and my mom to this church, and then I got involved in the kids club and the teen club for a few years. And it was about 15 is where I was like, this is, I don't want to insult anything or anybody, but I was like, this isn't for me. I'm good. I don't need this in my life. Bye.
Gotcha.
And I was like, okay. And I pieced out of it and kind of looked the other way. But yeah, I know a lot of that stuff. Growing up Southern Baptist or being in a Southern Baptist church for that many years, you learn a lot of the context and a lot of the context and a lot of the verb, a lot of the verses and all that stuff. And like, yeah, I've seen how the sausage is made.
Well, it's not sausage, but I think I'm about ready to move on to beer.
It is.
Because I have one that I haven't ever tried before, but Braxton's been doing well with hitting some home runs lately with me.
They've been doing great products lately.
Have you heard of this new one? Safari.
I've seen that can, and I saw an ad.
This is celebrating 150 years of the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Garden. This is a lemongrass lager.
Lemongrass lager from Braxton Brewing.
Created with the key ingredient that's delicious and also integral to the new Asian-themed landscape of the zoo's newest habitat, Elephant Trek. Safari Lager blends the crisp character of a lager with the bright notes of fresh lemongrass.
I've been actually to that the new elephant exhibit. It looks fantastic.
Is that not impressive or what?
It's a huge space. It looks amazing. Did you see
that they've got like a event space above it that overlooks that whole building is set up to be an event space?
Well, there's even the fact that you can go sit on those steps and just watch elephants is incredible.
Oh yeah.
I am rocking one of my seasonal favorites this time of year that comes out.
Seasonal favorite
from Mad Tree.
Okay.
This is their Rounding Third red
IPA.
Oh,
nice. That is a great beer. That's a great beer.
I love this beer. It comes out
Rounding
right
Third
around baseball season.
Yeah, I was just actually I was in the real world with our arch nemesis Bob from Mario Kart today. We were in the real world together. We went and purchased some beer for the show. Actually, I refilled the thumbtack / glass bag.
Thumbtacks!
Yeah. We've got all kinds of new stuff. I'm almost thinking this time I'll just go over the 6 bottles that I bought so we know what's coming. Because there's a few that I don't want to do, for sure. Bob saw the last one, and I think one of us has done it before and absolutely hated it. So, fuck you to him. I think it was you that did it, actually. Did you?
I probably did.
Did you do the dill pickle?
I've done a spicy dill pickle, and I've done a regular dill pickle.
This one is pickle shot. The original pickle shot dill pickle.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. What have you had that one? You know?
I'm gonna give you 2 options. Are we just gonna do the shot now? Too?
No, we're not doing the shot yet. This is for the end of the show. I'm just showing you. I'll go over my 6. One of these that I'll be doing. Sorry, I need to try this beer. ADHD is a bitch. Let's see. Okay, definitely get the lemongrass or the lemon. It reminds me. The first thing, if you were to put this under my nose and ask me what I was smelling,
I get the lemon. I don't get the grass.
No, I would. I would tell you it's a shandy.
Okay.
So for those of you that have drank a summer shandy or a Leinenkugel or something like that, it really reminds me of a shandy.
Edmonton Oilers versus the New York Islanders. Game's just starting.
That is very herbal.
Like very herbal.
Like botanical. Flower. Okay. Gin in a good way, not piney.
Gin's an interesting note.
I don't know why I went lager. Gin. Yeah, it's this is a very botanical, herbal, expertly crafted. It offers an herbal aroma and a smooth, refreshing finish. It's interesting. It's really it lingers. It lingers on the back sides a little bit, lemony.
Linger.
Dolores did it better.
You know what's that for you? Got me wrapped around your finger.
So, what's your beer like? Tell me about your beer.
Oh, I mean, I love this. It's a red IPA. It's good, crisp. The I don't know what makes it a red IPA. Probably some rye in there. Some rye malt, probably. Yeah. It's got a good, I don't want to say like an amber beer, not an amber tone, but it's got like body to it. It's not all just high hoppy notes. It's got some undertones to it, which I really enjoy.
Quick update from the wrestling world. Bob here. I actually saw this earlier today because they are
John Cena's pregnant.
No, they're in Belgium or whatever, or they're over there, so they're doing everything early. But earlier today, who would he be pregnant by? The Rock? His new daddy? By you? Did you point at you? John Cena's pregnant by you? Mike saw him.
It'd be The Rock.
Mike
saw him.
Yes, you did.
All of Spain. That's what it says in the chat. He's pregnant by all of Spain.
Jeez.
He's going to have a tapas.
No, I saw this earlier today. They did a hell of a teaser for Ray Phoenix.
So
it's obviously Phoenix. They're apparently going to put the Lucha Brothers back together.
Yay!
No, the Lucha Brothers together in WWE is going to be amazing because
most
of their moveset has never been done.
Let Penta shine.
Let
him
Ray
do
shine.
some stuff. Yes,
Ray
let Ray shine. Don't put them together.
They're going to do
put
that.
them together. Put them on different shows.
They want the marketing. They want
honestly
the marketing.
Put Ray in NXT and let Ray be the king. Make him champion.
No, they need to work on Monday night tag teams because I'll tell you what, SmackDown's Friday night tag team division is fucking incredible.
Can't get behind that. Penta needs to be a solo act.
So does Ray.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate
I
to
agree.
say it. Oh, God. Oh, this is hard to say.
What?
Is Ray the better luchador and Pentagon is the better sports entertainer overall?
Pentagon's the better professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Penta's the better professional wrestler. Ray Phoenix is probably the more entertaining. He would probably
the modern day Rey Mysterio. He's doing stuff that
I don't even know if he's the modern day Rey Mysterio. He's like the modern day, like
he's inventing stuff every
Who was Hayabusa?
Yeah.
Like he does like more.
Oh, don't put that on him. No offense to Hayabusa.
I don't mean that. Not in that way.
Just I know.
He doesn't like Ray.
It's elegant.
Ray he'll do like Ray Phoenix will like go flat a lot of times in the air, and his body will be like straight.
It's elegant
instead of like that curve
it's
when
that
people do a flip.
Have you noticed that about that Tiffany Stratton moonsault, the prettiest moonsault ever, they call it, which is a little shot at Christopher Daniels, I think, the best moonsault ever.
She is going to be a top level star.
She's killing it.
She's got all the tools. She can talk. She looks good on camera. She can actually wrestle. You can tell she kind of really gives a shit. Like you can tell
she hasn't been doing it that long. Her ceiling is still
in it. Yeah. She's still got a lot of ways to go. A lot of things she can learn and get better at, and knock other people off of their pedestal.
Speaking of wrestling, let's get to like what we've been doing, what we've been watching, what we've been playing. What do you think I've been playing?
What do I think you've been playing? WWE 2K25.
I have. I've really branched out on the game modes a little bit more.
Okay.
I love the universe mode because I control my own universe. Like, I'll jump in for title matches. Like, I'll tell you what, I finally decided it was time for Trick to lose the title. Took Obafemi in there and Trick whipped my ass. And I got it. And then I decided, I was like, you know what? It's Ethan Page's time to take it off of him. And Trick whipped my ass. So right now, my NXT is overruling what I want to do. But I'm having so much fun with it. The My Faction part where you pull cards. I just want a Jacob Fatu card so bad so I can start using him because he is fun to use.
Oh, you have to draw the card to be able to use him in the thing?
In the My Faction thing, it's a very interesting kind of gameplay option, and where you can unlock cards and you create your own faction of wrestlers. Once you open a pack with the card in it, you can use that character.
Okay.
And you use them in different types of matchups, and there'll be different modifiers. And it's what allows you to unlock what's called personas, and that would be your alternate attires. For example, like old school long-haired CM Punk. When you clear the Chicago circuit, you get old school long-haired CM Punk if you want to add that to your roster. You know who I love using? It's a legend.
Who's that?
High Chief Peter Maivia.
Really?
Absolutely fun. And he's got...
What's his finisher?
His finisher, he has two of them. He was known for, and to watch it done, like when, let me tell you the best part of the showcase mode for anyone who knows, and it's one of the best parts of WWE in general. No, and it's one of the best parts of wrestling of the last 40 years.
Okay.
And that is Paul Heyman.
I will 100% agree with that. He is probably one of
the
best
showcase mode
here in wrestling.
If you've done the showcase mode before, you know it kind of goes into like the historical aspect, and like the person selling you on the match that you're about to play is Paul Heyman each time. And it's just every time you're like, let's go to fucking war. He's holding the Olafala every time he talks about the family and shit like that. And it's intense. You are going to change history for the family. Tamina will win the money in the like. That's what I'm on now. Is I need to make Tamina win the money in the bank and change history, which is going to be a difficult task. But Heyman is doing the monologues and most of the commentary and the instructional for this game, and it's just phenomenal. But anyway, they show some old footage of Maivia, and his is the stump puller, where a guy is sat upright, he straddles their shoulders and grabs their leg and pulls it up straight against their face, like a freaking just bend their body in half submission. And they called it the stump puller. He would either use that or he would use a sleeper hold. But man, I'll tell you what, when looking at him from those days, you never really picture people back then being tatted up to the max.
He had a lot of tattoos.
Chief Peter Maivia, the same way that the rest of the family is the upper body, his entire lower body was done that way. His legs, his stomach.
It kind of crept up a little bit on the sides. You could see it coming out of like his pants.
No, it's a cool look, and it's very cool to have him in there. I also just unlocked 3-minute warning, and Heyman sells you on the fact that even though they were only together for a year, 3-minute warning made an impact on the business, and they did.
Yeah,
I mean, people
Rosie
remember
and Jamal.
them. What a great
Rosie and Jamal.
Yeah, 100%. Rosie and Jamal. Rosie was Roman Reigns' older brother, and Jamal eventually became Umaga.
Yeah,
and just it is fun to be doing the Bloodline Showcase mode in there. Plus, what else do I love about that game? Tamatonga's taunt is the
I was gonna say, can you actually hear the
yeah? Okay. You can hear Tiffy go, it's Tiffy time. Like, oh yeah, you can hear a lot of things. When Obafemi beats on his chest or Cody beats on his chest, you hear the smacks very hard. Like, I've noticed, like, I think they really increased the titty volume. Like, I don't know.
That should have been an ad. 2K25, the loudest titties yet.
These pecs rock.
These pecs rock. These pecs rock.
But in universe mode, what's been awesome for me that I like is all of the newest titles have been added. Your women's titles, your new North American, new Intercontinental, North American, and US titles.
What I need to know about.
Okay.
GM mode.
GM mode.
Who are the GMs?
There are so many. They've added a few more this year. Oh my God. If I can think of them all off my head, it would be amazing. But I know you can do Nick Aldis, Paul Heyman, Sonya Deville, Prince Pretty, Tyler Breeze, Xavier Woods, Ava Rain, The Rock's daughter. The Rock's daughter's in the game, but his dad's not in the game. I'm still trying to figure out how that is possible. But what is interesting about GM mode, and
interesting that they don't put Soul Man Rocky Johnson. Unless he's
there's no way they don't have the right to do it.
A pack coming.
They've announced all the packs.
The
only ones they haven't announced.
Oh, here you go.
Maybe so. The only ones they haven't announced are who the celebrities are going to be. But I think we could guess who the celebrities are going to be.
I'm surprised there wasn't. Now that I started thinking about it, a Rock edition.
You're right. The Dead Man edition actually surprised me.
Right, because
it doesn't make sense that there is a
all Bloodline and all the Samoans, and then just randomly there's just a Dead Man. There's an Undertaker version.
It should have been Bloodline edition, Final Boss edition. There's your two editions.
You got. Look, he came up with it. Final Boss edition.
Every now and then, my brain works for good
Final Boss edition, and it comes in
edition.
It comes in like a watch case. It looks like a watch box.
Oh, the watch that Cody got from him?
It looks like a Rolex box. And it opens up, and that's where you get the game. And it even comes with a watch that looks like a fake Rolex, but it's like, because they'll give you like, here's an action figure, here's a statue, in the really expensive editions. This one, the Final Boss edition, they give you like a watch that looks like the watch that John Cena hits Cody with, takes off of Cody and hits Cody with.
And they even include a piece of Rock's shirt, like a Hawaiian shirt that still smells like greatness and anger. I don't know. That's what he seems like nowadays. He's great and he's angry.
Steroids and carnauba wax.
Don't say steroids. There's no steroids. What else have we been doing on that game?
There's none.
Oh, the GM mode, by the way, it can be done online. So that's why I wish you could get this on Xbox eventually.
Yeah.
Because we could match up our GM modes against each other. But there's a lot of great modes. So you got the showcase mode. You got the My Faction mode with the cards. You got the universe mode where you're controlling your own weekly schedule. They've added 2 night shows to that. They've added promos to that. They've added all kinds of stuff. Plus, I just restarted Red Dead Redemption. And this week, I also have caught up on my show Extracted, which I would highly recommend to people, by the way. That show Extracted is a mental mind game. We have been having fun watching that. Basically, let's pretend like you were my person. You were my friend or family member. We would go in with 2 friends or family members. So you would go in with my family, or maybe you and Bob would be my associates. And you guys are going to be at headquarters, and I'm going to be dropped out in the woods somewhere to survive on my own.
What's that code for?
I don't know. I make hands.
I thought that was like you'll be back at headquarters.
No, but you guys are at headquarters, and you guys decide when to extract me from the woods. And I'm going to try and survive out there as long as I can. And if I stay out there and we stay out there longer than the other teams, we get $250,000.
I just won't come back for it.
Yeah. See, that's where I would worry that my friends would be like, fuck him. He can just die. Like, yeah.
So is it that you have to survive, or we just don't go back for you?
I got to tell you what, the show is very interesting because the people out there that are surviving, some of them are struggling and they're having trouble making their shelters, surviving without the food, without the water. But then they play these games with those people that are up at the headquarters. Like they're playing games against each other to get supplies to send to their people in the field. And then the people in the field will get supply drops. And sometimes they're empty because the families back at didn't work it out right or whatever. Or sometimes they'll receive like food and, oh man, they played the mind game so bad that the people that were up at the headquarters, their survivor was living great in the woods. He was fine, but they could not deal with the harsh game of people being mean to each other.
Right.
And they went ahead and extracted him, and he was furious. They were like, we can't do this. We can't watch good people go bad. And it's an unbelievable show. It's on Monday nights. I highly recommend it. There are people that are basically playing alone or naked and afraid, but not naked, dressed and afraid, or alone. But the only time that they can choose to come out of the game is when their family, who is miles away, hits a button to pull them out. And the family is also living in these small little chambers and stuff like that. So if at night the family is sleeping and you're on the microphone going, guys, get me out of here. They're in like a big war room where you can see everybody's TV screens. It is so cool. It is such a cool show. Give it a chance. It's called Extracted. It's on Hulu. You can find it. It's a lot of fun.
I've been watching. Well, we finished the Righteous Gemstones.
I need to start that show.
You absolutely need to. Your sense of humor, the comedy that I know that you like.
What streaming service is it on?
Max.
On Max. Okay.
But also on Max from the same people, from Danny McBride and the same crew. There's a show.
Danny McBride behind the Righteous Gemstones?
Yes, he's behind Righteous Gemstones, Eastbound and Down.
Oh yeah.
And the same people make the show. I'm about to tell you about Vice Principals. Vice Principals is we haven't finished it. It's only got 2 seasons. Like apparently it was 2 and done. We're just now starting season 2. This show is fucking incredible.
Is it on Max as well?
It's also on Max. So Danny McBride and Walter Goggins, who is
so good. He's in Fallout 2.
He's fantastic. He's in the Righteous Gemstones.
You Sons of Anarchy fans, you know him as a delightfully, beautifully transgendered Walter Goggins with a massive rack who ends up hooking up with Tig.
So he's in Righteous Gemstones. He plays a character named Baby Billy.
Baby Billy.
He's their uncle, and he's Uncle Baby Billy. You'll learn about him. He's essentially like a singer who's still trying to be relevant. Righteous Gemstones is all about
Uncle
religious.
Baby Billy sounds so Uncle Baby.
Oh yeah, but he's their uncle, so they go Uncle Baby Billy. Hi, Uncle Baby Billy.
That reminds me almost of Talladega Nights. Sweet baby Jesus.
But in
10-pound.
So in Vice Principals, Danny McBride and Walton Goggins are both vice principals of a high school in South.
The same
Carolina,
high school?
I think. Yeah, they're co-vice principals of this school.
Okay.
And the whole premise is the principal retires, and who's going to get the job? Who's going to become the new principal? This show is fucking hilarious because
really
the same. Have you ever watched Eastbound and Down?
Did you say it's like high school or?
Yeah, they're vice principals of a high school. But have you ever watched Eastbound and Down?
I've seen clips of it. I never got
the
to
way
actually
he
watch the whole show.
In that show, it's the same kind of like.
The
imagine Danny McBride looking at a teenager going, "Fuck you! Sit the fuck down and shut your goddamn mouth, you little piece of shit! I'm gonna come over, I'm gonna fucking fuck your face up," and he just yells at these kids. But the whole fucking show, you watch this arc, and I don't want to spoil it.
No, this is a show that we might have to pick up.
Starts with a bang. The show rips out of the gate. You got to watch Vice Principals. The problem is Righteous Gemstones just started season 4.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're going to start it and you're going to need to see all of it because Righteous Gemstones is one of the best shows I've seen in a very, very long time.
I need to watch Righteous Gemstones for sure. Which would you say that I should start with? If I were going to do of the 3.
Righteous Gemstones.
Eastbound and Down.
Righteous Gemstones.
It is Righteous Gemstones.
Hands down. Righteous. Start it because it's got Danny McBride. It's got Danny McBride, Walton Goggins, John Goodman is the dad. He is fantastic.
Bob agrees with you.
I don't know the actress's name, but she plays the sister because the main 3 characters is Danny McBride, his sister Judy Gemstone, and his little
Judy Gemstone.
His little brother. Oh yeah, he's Jesse Gemstone.
Their last name is Gemstone.
Gemstone. They're the Righteous Gemstones. They're a religious family. It's imagine if Billy Graham had idiot kids. John Goodman is Billy Graham.
He did, and his name is Joel Osteen.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
No, but then you got Jesse Gemstone, Judy Gemstone, and then
I saw Billy Graham at Paul Brown Stadium.
Who is Adam? I've seen Billy Graham 2 or 3. I grew up in a Baptist church. I've seen Billy Graham 3 times.
I only saw him once, but I'll tell you what, it was powerful. It was a stadium. I forgot that I had gone until now. But
and everybody gave him money.
Oh man. I'll tell you what, I remember the first thing he said when he got on stage that was the funniest thing. Now, this happened probably 20 years ago. It was before you and I met. It was before those days. So that tells me it was pre 2012. It was before I went to New York. So that's 2004. It had to be when I was 21, maybe 2001 or so. The Bengals were dog shit, as you know. Billy Graham gets up there and the first thing out of his mouth is, "If you don't believe in God's miracles, he has put a winning team in your stadium." And everybody just lost their minds. I'll never forget that. The first thing he did was shit on the Bengals, and everybody was all for it. God put a winning team in your stadium. It's the religious people, not the Bengals.
So you've got Danny McBride.
Adam Devine. That's
Adam Devine. That's the last. His name is Kelvin. Kelvin Gemstone.
Kelvin Gemstone.
He also has a best friend named Keefe. Keefe. Keefe, not Keith.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
You have to watch this show. It is everything that a comedy should be. And frankly,
I think I have Max. Yeah.
the writing and the storytelling is more compelling than most things I've seen. So TV wise, I'm going to recommend the Danny McBride verse is what I'm going to tell you. Righteous Gemstones, Vice Principals, then get to Eastbound and Down later.
Eventually,
But
yeah.
Righteous Gemstones, in my opinion,
how many seasons of Righteous Gemstones are there?
They just started season 4.
Now, are they like Peaky Blinders would give me 6 episodes a season, whereas Sons of Anarchy would give me 15?
10,
8 or
about
10
8, 10
so?
episode
Okay.
season, and about 35 to 45-minute episodes.
Nice.
But keeps you wanting to see more. And they as in the chat it says 4 is the last season. They've said that this is the last one.
Oh, okay.
100%.
Sometimes I'm okay with that because I would rather my show go out on their own terms than them to suddenly cancel a show and disappoint me and
also
piss me off.
something I've seen is Danny McBride, I saw an interview where he writes this show. He wrote every season like they were not going to do a next season.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
Every season kind of gives you
could end if it needed to.
Yeah.
It gives you also, a little bit of closure.
It gives you a good ending. Like every story had an ending. Like that's the thing. They tell you a story.
Okay.
And you follow a story and it's got a beginning, a middle, and a fucking ending. It's not like watch next. No, maybe watch if we come back. Yeah. But like they tell great stories. You're gonna fall in love with the characters. Everyone in the show is fucking hilarious. And it's just a hilarious take on like rich religious people.
Are they just pretty much trying to like take people for their money and stuff like that, or is it? Do they realize do they see themselves as they're doing a crime, or do they think that they're
never actually doing anything wrong? They are just like mega church, like billionaire religious people, and like
gotcha.
They own an amusement park and like horse farms and build like island resorts and stuff like that. But they preach every Sunday. So like they're not bad, but they're shitty people to each other. You gotta watch the show. You'll get a very quick vibe for the Gemstones. And I gotta recommend that, but also Vice Principals. Vice Principals is a little bit smaller. It's kind of literally about 2 dudes interacting, whereas Righteous Gemstones is kind of.
Why does Vice Principals just remind me every time you say it? It just reminds me of there was the movie Horrible Bosses. Like, is it another one of those? Like,
not really. This isn't a spoiler. Like, Bill Murray is in the first 3 minutes of the show.
I'll take Bill Murray and whatever. My favorite. He's
the principal that retires in the very beginning of season 1. It's like he's the principal who is retiring. So you see him in like the first couple minutes, and then as far as I know, and I'm halfway through. I've started season 2. He's not in it. He's literally just in that first episode.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic show. I can't recommend that enough. Now, video game wise, buddy.
What are you on,
buddy? We talked about this a little bit before the show. That have you played It Takes Two?
Oh no, I haven't. But I've been looking for some multiplayer split screen like that. And it's funny. I just saw a meme the other day, like a happier meme, or not a happier meme, just like a meme it showed 3 games. What was the game that we played about the prison break? No Way Out or A Way Out?
No Way Out. Or A Way Out? A Way
Out. It Takes Two and Split Fiction. And it said this company is single-handedly keeping couch co-op alive.
I can't agree enough.
Really?
My wife and I, Kelly and I, we played It Takes Two all the way through. That game is incredible. The story, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I usually don't give a fuck about the story of a game.
No, that's where I'm at all the time. You know me. That's
normally, I don't care.
I get mad at you because you won't do the story on Grand Theft Auto 5 for fuck's sake. It's got your comedy style, bro. Dude, the fucking humor. I hate you to this day because of it. God, our friendship is going to end someday over the Grand Theft Auto fight that you will not play the fucking story mode.
I promise you I'll do the story in 6.
No, you won't. You're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar.
So It Takes Two has one of the best stories I've ever seen in a video game. We played this game and it was wonderful. And now Split Fiction has come out.
I saw a highlight of that the other day that had me cracking up. It was something
everything you needed to be.
It was something where both characters were on a motorcycle and one character was on their phone and trying to focus on entering
haven't gotten there yet,
codes or something. I don't know, but it was hilarious to me because both people it's the same people that made that Prison Break game that you and I played.
Yeah, that's
where we can see
that one. It's Haze-like games. Haze-like games where you're side by side. That's the same way It Takes Two is you're constantly side by side in the same goal.
Story of just give me the quickest, the Cliff Notes version or the back of the book. What is It Takes Two? Because from the picture that I've seen, it looks like you've been shrunken like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Divorce.
What?
Divorce.
It's about divorce?
It's about divorce and sadness.
I thought it was about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, but it's about divorce.
Well, that's not right.
It starts off with a couple whose kid finds out they're getting divorced.
Wow.
That's how you start the game. And you go from there.
Wow.
Dude, it's one of the best games you'll ever play.
No shit.
One of the best games. But we started Split Fiction. We got it. We've got it. We've started playing it. It Takes Two was fantastic. I'm so excited for Split Fiction. I've never played a game that started this fast.
Really?
Okay, I don't want to give away any of the stories.
In what way? Oh, just
I don't without giving away. Me and my wife were dual screen cyber ninjas on a bullet train, sword fighting robots in the first couple minutes of this game.
Oh, wow.
And then you go into another world and there's a lot of change, and you have to be you, and you're just playing and solving little things and playing. So far it's wonderful. We're not that far in, but it's so much fun.
You said
Haze-like Game Studios is incredible.
Speaking of, bravo to them because I hope they keep making those games the same way that Supermassive Games makes those horror games that I like.
Yes.
The interactive, those companies are single-handedly keeping their genres alive. It feels like
you need those little niche companies that we do this.
Yeah,
this is what we make.
Because when I was a kid,
the style of game.
When I was a kid, I had two favorite kinds of books. You know what they were? Do you remember Encyclopedia Brown?
Ooh, I do remember Encyclopedia.
I loved Encyclopedia Brown. I love the mysteries. I love the solving it and realizing that I've read a few pages. I should be able to solve this from what they've given me. Am I stupid? Or come on, you can figure this out. I love those, and I love Choose Your Own Adventures. And that's what I love about Supermassive Games is turn to page 32. All right, I'm going to do this now and see which way it leads me. Yeah. And I like watching a show that it feels like is based on my decisions. And I think I'm going to start something called Detroit Become Human.
I'm going to give you a game to kind of give a weird shot before you do that. It's stupid. The Stanley Parable.
I am interested in that. I've seen it.
Do it.
Pitch me.
Do it.
Elevator pitch me.
Have you ever played Portal? Or Supernatural, or any of those where it's a first-person puzzle game?
Myst, Riven.
Yes, but
I'm going old school.
It's actually closer to Myst and Riven because there's no
combat and stuff like that. It's more puzzle and problem solving.
It's walking around, but you work in an office, you follow a path, and then you kind of restart the exact same moment. And you might do that 32 times.
Is that what was that game you played like that?
And you're looking
Deathloop?
for the small variation. Yeah, but this is mundane. It's like you're in an office, but you got to look for these small variations and these changes, and it'll tell you. And there's a narrator, and it'll say like, and then Brendan turned right down the hallway. But if you turn left, weird shit will start happening because you're breaking the story.
Oh, weird.
So like you kind of want to do what it says, but by kind of not doing what it says, sometimes you'll kind of start unlocking things. But then if you break it too many times, it'll snap you back to the beginning of the story. And then you'll kind of start going more, and you'll figure out how kind of far outside the lines you can go.
Okay, I want to play that.
Figuring it out.
Kind of reminds me of that game 12 Minutes, which was interesting, and then the game Deathloop that you described to me. Bob's asking, what did we think of We Happy Few? Have you gotten to try We Happy Few
I
yet?
played We Happy Few when it first came out. My opinion was it was okay. I own the BioShock collection.
Oh, really? I never got into BioShock, and I wish I did. I should have.
I'm trying to be a fan of it, and We Happy Few, from what I played, was kind of souped up BioShock and didn't grab me the way it probably grabbed a lot of people. So it's probably a great game.
I've heard great things about it. I haven't gotten to try it, so I can't give an honest opinion on it yet. I did see that Bob mentioned earlier that he's apparently playing Cyberpunk. That's a game I've been curious about with Keanu Reeves and whatnot.
I played the free, like when the game first came out, you could download and play. I think it was like the first 2 hours of it.
Yeah,
free. I did that, and it was pretty fun. I did that, but then I also did what was Death Stranding.
I heard that game was described as a walking simulator.
Shit.
I heard it was described as a walking simulator.
It is absolutely a walking simulator. I literally just pressed one button.
That's Norman Reedus, right?
Time. Yes. All you do is just walk. You go forward. And eventually you get to a point and it goes, beep, boop, boop, doop, now go right. And then you go right, you turn, but then after you turn, you go forward. You walk, and then you'll be walking, and then a scene will happen.
Why do I feel like that was a Kojima game? Like Hideo
it was absolutely a Hideo Kojima game.
Was it really?
Why it was supposed to
be amazing.
It was a maze, all right. Yeah. Where all you could do is go forward. It's a maze that goes
2019 active action adventure game set in a post-apocalyptic America ravaged by the Death Stranding.
And you have a fetus in a jar on your chest. And that's like the cargo that you're transporting.
Oh, that's weird.
Like rich people pay the essence. It's so silly and convoluted that it doesn't even really make any sense. That game sucks. I'm sorry, Death Stranding is shit.
Bob, all right, Mike thinks Death Stranding is shit. Our buddy Bob in the chat tells us that Cyberpunk is amazing because you get Keanu Reeves cussing. And if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. I wouldn't mind a little bit of angry Keanu.
No.
That sounds like a weird sex move, an angry Keanu.
I think it's time to do a shot. Why don't you start talking about sex moves?
Yeah. Well, let me show you what's all going into the bag for the next week.
All right, go through the bag.
For the next 6 weeks.
Show the people your bag.
Jack Daniels, Tennessee Apple.
Okay. Tennessee Apple.
Deep Eddy's Lemon. Both of those I'm not that worried about. Creek Water, Cinnamon Whiskey. Not a big fan of whatever that's going to be.
Not going to be terrible, though.
Bird Dog Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Morgan Sweet Chili Lime. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I hope you get that.
And Dill Pickle.
I want you to get the sweet chili lime.
Sweet chili lime worries me. Because you know what? I love sweet chili lime on tacos. Well, I'm going to get it at some point in the next 6 weeks.
Sweet chili lime.
At some point in the next 6 weeks, I will get it.
Sweet chili lime. Sweet chili lime.
And we pull.
Sweet chili lime.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Sweet chili lime, baby.
How did you do that?
All right. So you're drinking sweet chili lime.
You just spoke that into existence.
I made it happen. See, that's the power of positive thinking, ladies and gentlemen. Sweet chili lime. Sweet
Caribbean
chili lime.
Rum with natural flavors.
That's when I run for office. Sweet chili lime. Sweet chili lime.
That's the name of Mike's hip hop album.
Chili lime.
Sweet chili lime.
That's how I run for office. Sweet chili lime.
Chili lime. So what do you have?
You do that Bob Dole thing where you don't really do anything with your hand. You just kind of make like
you hold a pen.
Well, yeah, but sweet chili lime.
Sweet chili lime.
Because you can't point at people. That's aggressive. No. You want to do this. You don't want to point. Right. You can do that. All right, so you're doing sweet chili lime. I'm going to give you. These are both interesting.
I'm going to do something I haven't done in years. Did
you say catch a tiger by its toe?
My mother told me to pick this one. I forgot what they went. I don't know. I landed on white.
Bubble gum in a dish.
I don't remember this. Is that what it was? Oh, that's what I remember that on too. Yeah. Go with the white lid.
All right, the white. Ooh. Do you want to know what the other one was?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so the one you did not choose, Bird Dog Praline flavored whiskey.
Praline. Interesting.
Praline. I love a good praline. But what you did choose is 65 proof Jim Beam pineapple.
Ooh, that doesn't sound bad.
Jim Beam pineapple.
You even said you like pineapple, so you should be happy with that.
You have sweet chili lime.
Did you, by the way, real quick, to go back to wrestling news, did you hear the latest 2 inductees to the Hall of Fame?
Was that Demolition?
Natural disasters.
It's Earthquake and Typhoon, right?
Yep. Mr. Tenta, who they did a hell of a Dark Side of the Ring about.
But are they ever going to do Tugboat?
You want to watch a great Dark Side of the Ring? Watch the Dark Side of the Ring on John Tenta Earthquake, because there's nothing that dark about it. He is a good man.
You need Typhoon.
What's that?
Typhoon needs to go in. He needs to go in.
He is.
I know he needs to go in, but
separately.
Yeah, he needs to go in as Typhoon.
No, he needs to go in his Tugboat.
Or not Typhoon. Tugboat. That's what I was going to say. He needs to go in his Tugboat.
Yeah, he needs to go in his Tugboat.
Tugboat.
All right, I won't lie. I have a Mountain Dew on standby, just 100% to chase this bullshit.
I have nothing on standby. We're going to do this Jim Beam pineapple.
Let me pop the lid and tell you what I'm smelling from Captain Morgan's sweet chili lime.
Sweet chili lime, baby. Sweet chili lime. Sweet chili lime. Sweet chili lime. Sweet chili lime.
It's odd. I'm not getting much.
Hope it tastes like Chinese food. All right. Hold on. That smells good. Ready?
Does that smell like pineapple?
Oh, yeah. Cheers.
Mine smells like a tasty rubbing alcohol. Good gulp, 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 gulp. I'm really kind of dreading doing mine. I don't want to do mine. How was that? Was that good?
That was delicious. How was the sweet chili lime?
Oh! No. That is unnecessarily spicy. Oh, it's spicy, bro. A little sweet. Oh, I don't like it.
Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do all the things. He's doing the sweet chili lime. I'm Mike. He's Brendan.